Cities generate waste that is both solid waste and liquid waste in the form of wastewater. As such, the GPC requires us to report the emissions that result from these. Solid waste disposal includes disposal of solid waste at landfills, whether managed or unmanaged, open dumps, dump sites, and also sanitary landfills. Solid waste can be treated biologically, typically through anaerobic digestion or composting. It also includes incineration, either in a controlled environment or through open burning. Wastewater disposal and treatment must also be reported in the GPC. For the waste sector, Scope 1 emissions are those emissions that relate to the disposal or treatment of waste within the city boundary, for waste that was generated both within the city and waste that was generated outside the city but disposed of within it. Scope 2 emissions for waste and liquid waste are not applicable. Scope 3 emissions are those emissions that result from the treatment or disposal of solid waste or liquid waste outside the city boundary, but from waste that was generated within the city. The incineration of solid waste gives rise to emissions directly from the incineration process, whereas disposing of solid waste through landfill or anaerobic digestion primarily gives rise to methane through the decomposition of the organic matter in the waste. In order to determine the emissions from solid waste and also liquid waste, it's important to understand the composition of the waste, the type of treatment facility or disposal facility used, as well as the quantities of waste that were produced. In many circumstances, waste is used to generate energy within a city, be it electricity or heat. The emissions that result from this process are reported in the energy industry subsector of the GPC under the stationary energy sector. Similarly, for emissions that are produced either from landfill gas capture or anaerobic digestion, the emissions that result from this are reported separately under the energy industry subsector.